All right, welcome back, class. Block day ahead of us. First section won't be too bad. Second section, which will be another video, is going to be a little bit difficult for me, so please ask questions if you have questions. So today, or first section of today, is combinations. Now I said in the last section about permutations that you're going to have to be careful when you have the option of permutations or combinations. Also, I forgot the calculator. So remember, last time permutations, order mattered. Do you want first place or you want second place? Combinations, order doesn't matter. So, for example, let's say two teams make it to the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, unless you're lucky, the Super Bowl is already chosen where it's going to be played. Is it going to be in Atlanta? Is it going to be Los Angeles? Chicago? Okay. Miami? Normally they're a little nicer areas, nicer weather. Order doesn't matter. So Super Bowl doesn't matter if it's the Broncos versus the Panthers, or what if it's the Panthers versus the Broncos? These are the same Super Bowl. This is the same Super Bowl. So the order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's Broncos Panthers or Panthers Broncos. Does not matter, right? So if order doesn't matter, you do combinations, and you will see on the calculator, you press that PRB button, and where we used this NPR button last time, we're going to use the NCR button this time. So let's keep that in mind. I'll just give you the brief math explanation, but it doesn't really matter. Do you need to know? Alright, let's say this is the example. You have to write 4 book reports. I just stalled super long. Okay, you need to write 4 book reports. There are 7 books for you to choose from though. So how many different combinations of book reports can you write? Now, you'll be lucky sometimes when they say throw in combinations, most of the time if they say combinations, you're going to use combinations, not the permutation button. So that's kind of a giveaway for most of the time. They won't always include that word though. So, right? So it's like The Hobbit, Star Wars, Captain Underpants, Thomas the Tank Engine, Harry Potter, Huckleberry Finn, and math book, I don't know. 7 books, right? You could do these 4, or you could do these 4, or you could do these 4, take this 3 and this 1, right? There's a bunch of different combinations. And this is super easy. There are 7 books to choose from, 7 books to choose from, and you're gonna pick 4. So 7 PRB C button, 4, and boom, 35. So there's 35 combinations of different books that you could do. If you had to do 4 book reports or 7 book options, there's 35 different total combinations people can do. Now let me show you the math. You don't really need to know this, I don't think. Don't get mad if you do need math, please. I don't think you need to. So for example, this is when they do 9, choose 5. So it's like I said, there's 9 books, you have to write 5 book reports. It's 9p5 over 5 exclamation mark, which in other words means certain number of things. How many do you choose? You do the np r over r exclamation point. So if I did, for example, 7p5 over 5 exclamation mark, 7p5 divided by 5 exclamation point. What's that 21? Oh, why did I say 5? 4 7c 4. Oh, Lord have mercy. 7p 4. This would be like if order matters. There's 840, but order doesn't matter. So you divide by 4 exclamation mark. And there you go, your 35. However, don't do it this way, that way. Just use the C button, guys. The calculator automatically codes that part in, essentially, is what that's saying. Okay. So in example 3, I'm not going to write it, but it says there are 30 dogs in a show. Blue ribbons are awarded for the top 3 dogs. How many different groups of dogs can receive the ribbons? So the top 3 dogs, they get the same ribbon. It's not first, second, third. It's y'all the top 3. We're not gonna say who's number 1, but you're the top 3. So in those 3, the order doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter if Wishbone, Airbud, or Bonnet. It doesn't matter which one gets first. They're all 3 the top 3, all 3 get the same price, okay? Order doesn't matter, you're gonna use combinations. B, there are 30 runners in a cross-country race. How many different group of runners can finish first, second, third? Now, I'd much rather finish first than third, or say finish 30th, right? So, if we're giving first, second, third, not top 3, first, second, third, then all of a sudden there are order matters. So then you'd use permutations. So yeah, I said I would do number 24 in my notes. Number 24 says you have a history test. History test. And the history test names 5 presidents. Can you name 5 presidents? And each student has to pick 2 to compare. So I might have to compare Bush with Obama. I might have to compare George Washington with Garfield. You know, who knows? I struggle to think of 5 presidents. All right, so there's 5 presidents. They list off 5. There's been like what, 45 now, I think. And you have to compare 2, right? So how many different combinations, again, throw in the keyword combination, how many different combinations could you choose to write about? I might do George Washington and Obama. My buddy might do President Clinton and then Herbert Walker Bush, right? So different ones. There are 5 presidents to choose from. I'm choosing 2 to compare. Does the order matter? if I do George Washington and compare George Washington to Obama, okay, doesn't matter if I chose Obama and George Washington. I'm comparing the two things. Doesn't matter the order. Order doesn't matter here. So I'm gonna not use the fancy P weird method. I'm just gonna do 5. I'm choosing 2. Right. And it says 10. So there's 10 combinations. Super duper hard, right? I know. I'll catch you in the next one.